Happy Friday the 13th, and welcome to the Nightmare Hour. I am your host, the Nightmare Man. Alongside with me is Princess Diva of the Dead and her illegitimate kid, Sparky, here. Yes, it is Friday the 13th once again, kids, and I have wore my traditional mask here at the start of the show. Now that we've got this out of the road, I'm going to take this thing off because it's hurting my face. How Jason Voorhees can wear this damn thing, I have no idea, but God bless him anyway. So, I can breathe now.
Now you can breathe?
Now I can breathe. Now I have to get into some more, a more traditional look for myself.
We have a buddy who likes to wear that mask.
Yes, Jeff Wickedbeard. I'm sure he's celebrating Friday the 13th in his own way of slashing teenagers. You gotta love it.
Teenagers.
Speaking of Friday the 13th, my son, if you can see that up real close,
he's called a QB.
He's called a QB. You print these characters out and you fold them together, and he made one for me of Jason Voorhees. So
Yay.
I got him sitting on the shelf up here. Hope he doesn't fall. But yes. Once again, the Black Cats and the Black Cats are out. It's bad luck for everybody on Friday the 13th, but it's actually good luck for us. It's even more of a trying time to listen to things like this driving you crazy because we got two.
I like it.
We got two cats in the house already that like to battle each other, and then
that's only because of Damien. Damien's possessive.
Damien is possessed, period.
Yeah.
But we love him nevertheless. It was a new addition to our family. It's a long-haired cat, right?
Yeah, he's fluffy.
What type of cat would you call that? I mean, it's gray and white or
he's
something.
He's a cat.
It's a long-haired, you're running the middle
I'm not the cat lady. I don't know what they are.
Cat lady.
He's just a cat.
Like 9 years old, you'll have a house full of cats running around here.
No, because then your house is going to smell like cats. And no.
Well, I tell you what, kids, before we start the show, I would personally like to thank Mr. Nick Tyson for the wonderful gifts that we received in the mail.
Yeah, the old man is having a birthday this month.
Take it. And when I see you in Indianapolis, we're going to talk about these old comments on the card here, Nick.
You going to read it?
Yes, I'm going to read it. I'm going to show.
We got a surprise package today.
What a great friend Nick Tyson is. Let's scoot you closer.
If you scoot closer, you can tell that it's sticking
it's an old man. It's an old man. And the card reads, on your birthday, this may not be the first time you've been mooned, but it'll be, but I'll bet it's the first time you've been pruned. You had this in mind, didn't you, Nick? Huh? Yeah, you had this in mind.
It's not the first time you've been pruned. You've seen your butt naked in the mirror before, haven't you?
No, I don't normally look at my butt.
I got something in your package that was for your birthday too.
What is it?
It's from Nick too. Look.
But that's not for me. That's for you.
He's a Walking Dead zombie man, and he's got down here in the corner. He's got a piece of flesh, and I'm not gonna open him. But
it's a deer
if
carcass.
You open him, if you push the button on his back, his jaw opens and closes, so he can eat the meat.
I think he had that in mind. Had you in mind when he got that because.
Well, because I'm a zombie.
Jabber, jabber, jabber. Yeah, I think you
no,
had in mind.
No, it's not jabbering. It's eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eating. Well, only fitting. But
yeah, I'm usually eating.
But and Nick got this is early Christmas.
Early Christmas.
Pow.
Way early Christmas.
An early birthday gift for Nick. He knew that I wasn't feeling up to par these past days and everything like that, so he sent me an early birthday gift. And here is not only with the card. Here is.
Hey,
a couple of I don't care about Superman.
I didn't even notice it because Superman is in there.
These are two DVDs that I will be watching very soon. And again, thank you so much, Nick, for sending these because I am tired of watching reruns of DVDs. You can only watch so much Rain Man.
It's all she picks out of the DVD sections. Rain Man. Let's watch Rain Man. We watched Rain Man 3.
We watched Forrest Gump and I Am Sam and
Yeah, we over and over and over again, and now we have something new to watch. Thank you so much,
true.
Nicholas, for bringing me the great pleasures of these DVDs.
We watched
and I'm going to
Star Trek last night.
Yeah, we watched Star Trek, the old series, but you know we were just running out of options and stuff. But now we got
I want to show a picture.
got new stuff to watch. Where are you going?
I want to get this picture.
Okay, get the picture. You got the picture?
This is a picture of my little tiny girl who is.
She's this small.
She's my baby.
Small. S-M-all.
And next Thursday, she's 16 years old. And this is from last year. She took a Mother's Day walk with me. She was the only one here for Mother's Day. And this is my Chelsea. Isn't she pretty? Where's the glare is getting on it? There we go.
You can see it.
Yeah.
A lot of birthdays in April.
And May, too.
In May. Well, I don't care about May. That's April. It's all about April. Your old moldy birthday will come later. But right now, it's all about me.
Blaine's birthday is the day before Chelsea's.
Chelsea's birthday, Blaine's birthday, my birthday.
Yep.
My mother, God rest her soul, her birthday was April 5th. My grandmother's birthday was April the 8th.
Oh.
Jack Nicholson and I share the same birthday. We're going to have a birthday cake. Here's Johnny. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that. Hey, kids, real quick before we go into some news. In the near.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Right.
Is everything okay?
Yep. Got it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be directing, starring, and producing a short little film which I'm going to be reciting the 12 Days of Christmas in multiple character voices. It's in the works right now. I'm planning it, and it's in the first stages, so you will keep an eye out for that video to be posted on Facebook and YouTube at a later date. I think it's going to be a really funny one. I want to launch my talents as doing voice characters, and that's a good way to start off. Get my name out there and show the people what kind of silly talent that I have.
Right.
In hopes to hell that somebody hires me to do maybe a voiceover for like a freaky character, like something like you. A freaky
I'm
character.
not a freaky character. I'm pretty.
Or
And you
purdy.
can't be pretty.
No, I'm pretty. I'm pretty, man.
You can't be pretty because you refuse to sparkle.
No, I ain't sparkling for nobody.
I sparkle.
I had
got
enough
my
of that when we went to
sparkly
Horror
tiara
Hound,
on.
and you was like a dog. You shed all over the place. Everywhere you went, the
Dude,
sparkles.
my dress is still shedding sparkles. How does it have that many?
I don't know. I didn't. Maybe
And when
a lot of little elves glue them on.
I threw my dress in with the dark clothes and everything we had sparkles on it, and I threw it in the dryer. I'm like, oh God, I hope the dryer gets all the sparkles off, and it did.
It's like living with Tinkerbell around here. Sick. But anyways, yeah, keep an eye out for that video in the weeks to come. We're gonna plan it and hope you will enjoy it as
You're
much as
gonna
I
do
will
2
be
videos.
bringing it. Well, I'll do another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
second video you're going to do as Fred doing
the Three Little
Three
Pigs.
Little Pigs. Yeah.
those ought to be some
Yeah.
interesting things. So keep an eye out for that in the near future, and yeah, just like that, it'd be fun. So let's go to the news. First of all, we'd like to announce that now if I think I'm going to get his name right. I think I'm going to get his name
Whose
right.
name?
Danny Trejo. If
Who?
I didn't get it right, just let me know. Danny Trejo played in Machete. He played in Halloween. He was in Halloween. He was in Death Proof, the Grindhouse movies, or which one or the other?
He was in Death Proof?
I think he was in the other. I don't know. He's in one of those
Another Quentin
Tarantino movies. Yeah. He is
I like
going.
Death Proof.
He has just been announced that he's going to be at Days of the Dead in Indianapolis. He's a great actor. I like him. He's a badass. So look for him amongst all the others like Ace Frehley and David Prowse and John Waters and who else we got on the
And
list.
a crap ton of Texas Chainsaw Massacre
a lot of people
creatures.
there. A lot of people there.
Yep.
So yeah, he was just announced just a day or two ago. Adolfo Adorte, he was on Facebook and he seemed like he was really excited about it, and we was all waiting. So now the waiting was over. Yeah. He will be at Days of the Dead. So if you're a big Danny Trejo fan, go be there. Check him out. On some more pressing news, I'm gonna let you handle this one because this just like I don't really like to do this one because this is how people do not.
Well, the first part
makes me sick
is
to my stomach.
I don't remember what country it was. Is like I don't know, but there was a baby that was found in the morgue of the hospital, but it was alive.
It wasn't exactly found. They had pronounced it. They had pronounced it dead and moved it to the morgue.
and they actually issued her a death certificate.
Yeah.
Because the woman had her baby and they thought that the baby was born dead, and the mom kept having this feeling, and her and her husband had wanted to say goodbye to the baby, and it was late at night or the next day or something, and they went and they opened up the thing where the
place where they keep the bodies.
Right. And the baby was actually alive.
Yeah, I guess what did they do?
It's still in critical condition, but the baby has survived.
They went to go down there to take a picture
to say their last goodbyes and hold their baby for the last time.
And it's a good thing they did.
Right. It was in another country.
I can't say, I'll talk a little bit about with you too. It's number one, it's fortunate that they happened to go down there and seen that this baby was in fact alive. Bless them all for checking it out. The thing that pisses me off is the fact that this hospital could not see this.
Yeah, now they're filing malpractice.
I hope,
because there was like 6 different medical professionals who had
smart people.
Yeah, were involved in this. So.
And I hope the family takes all them son of a bitches to the cleaners.
Yeah,
because this is bullshit. If they would have not have went down there and paid their last respects,
the baby would have been dead.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody would have even known.
So
I wonder how many other people they've done that to.
Well, obviously, whoever's on staff there at the hospital apparently isn't awake half the goddamn time to worry about shit. So, it's weird how things like that happen. And I hope the hell they win. I hope they take them all to the cleaners. That was irresponsible. This is just something that goes way beyond anything that possibly could have been imagined as far as chick goes.
And
they need to be held responsible.
Another piece of news that isn't so great is that we all are aware of how many real bad people live in this world, not just us who play characters as.
And there's real horrors out in
exactly. In I think it was Tulsa, Oklahoma. There was an elderly couple. This guy broke into their house and assaulted both of them and raped the elderly woman, and the woman ended up dying. They did catch the guy, and they need to hang him by his pecker. Well,
would you like to have her for an executioner? Well, I agree. I think he needs
play a Lorena Bobbitt on him.
He needs to have a very slow and intense torture.
Right.
It's sick. It's a sick world out there.
Hey, I got evil stuff up in here. Let me take care of him.
Well, you go to like Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas, like that, where they would like to hold out their own justice. And I agree. If Joe Blow down the street rapes this little girl in the community, all these people they're going to find this person and they're going to lynch him. They're going to and the court of law, all that stuff in their eyes doesn't mean anything, because sometimes the justice system is blind. They get out on technicalities. Oh, he was crazy. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. No, I'm tired. I'm sorry. But
he needs to fry.
They need to abolish all the middleman and all the talking and stuff like that. go straight to the execution. No matter what.
Well, yeah, we got all these jerk-offs in jail, and they're just sitting there eating up all of our money.
Yeah, they're eating up the tax money. Yeah,
get rid of them.
You know, and if the population of cemeteries is getting to be a hassle, you know, about what are we going to do with these bodies? Well,
cremate
them, and they'll dissolve later on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm serious, man. You gotta these people out here. They. I guess this isn't going to be a fun show, is it? But
you know what's weird?
Pepperoni pizza with chocolate sauce on it.
Yeah.
Well, not for Shaggy and Scooby though. Like that was the best pepperoni chocolate pizza I ever had. Yeah, Rocker Beaver. What the hell is all that? Let's go to the lighter side of this show.
Everybody that knows me knows that I have these sleep problems, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I try to find her upside down, hanging in the closet like a bat. It doesn't help either.
No, I've been having some. Like last night, I was up till 5 o'clock this morning. No wonder I slept till noon. But anyway, I've been having some really, really weird dreams.
So have I.
The one day I took a nap and I woke up from the nap. I'm like, "Where's Damien at?" And you're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Cause I just want to see him." Cause I had a dream that Damien, our cat. Okay, we're in this place. It's not funny.
It's just funny when you was telling me the dream, but go ahead. I will not interrupt you.
No, we were in this place where we were in this big room that was like a pool, a huge-ass pool, and at the side, then there was this big drain, but somebody left the cover out of the drain. It's like a manhole-sized drain, okay? And somebody left the cover off of it, and a shark come up. A shark, I'm serious. A shark comes up out of this drain, up onto where I was standing at, and Damien was standing beside me, and this shark gobbled him up. But Damien, being, you know, who Damien is, he fought from the inside of this shark.
I think
I had kicked this shark over. There's sliding glass doors over here. I think it was like the equipment room. But I had kicked the cat over, or kicked the shark into there, and I closed the door. And more than I know it, that I killed the shark, or Damien killed the shark, or whatever. The shark got dead.
The shark got dead. He got dead. The end of the story.
But the shark got dead, and they cut.
Don't you love it how she uses the Queen's language?
But no, they cut the shark open, and Damien was still alive in there. He was pretty pissed off, but he was still alive in there.
I would be pissed off too if a shark swallowed me.
But there was I gotta tell you about 2 other quick short dreams, because this one dream, it was really weird. I woke up, and I felt like I was still in my dream. Because I really was. It was almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of thing. I was in a dream sequence where I thought I was waking up, but I actually wasn't. I was still asleep when it happened. Okay, so I wake up out of bed, and I get up, and there's something wet in the bed, and I'm like, I turn around and look. Don't spit your coffee on the computer. No, but for some reason,
I'm not touching that one.
You know those plastic things that you lay under the baby's bottom so you don't make a mess if they make a mess?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There was one of these on the bed, but on the top of it was a pool of blood.
Ew.
And and I told you to get it, to see if you could get it off the bed, and you're carrying this thing real carefully, and you spilled it on my shoes, and I cut your head off because you spilled the blood on my shoes.
Let's hope that I don't have any spillways here or anything like that.
Really weird. And then there was actually, this wasn't a dream. We were taking a ride the one day. I remember I seen this great big old looking barn, and I was like, whoa, that was a weird thought that just went through my head. And you're like, what? And instantaneously, as soon as I seen this barn, I seen what was kind of like in that movie that we watched. What was it called? A Darker Reality. Mm-hmm. And it's probably why this thought came into my head.
Could be.
But it was like I had a photo studio in this big barn. And it was a huge barn. It was bigger than our house. But it's like I had a photo studio in there, and I had different places set up to take people's pictures at. But the weird thing about it is the people that had their pictures taken, they were being tortured and mutilated, and I was taking pictures of them, kind of like in Hostel. But yeah, it went through my head. It can't help what's in there. You really don't want to. You don't want to venture in there. I'm telling you what.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to go there.
But I don't know why, but that thought just instantaneously got in my head, and it was probably because we had just the previous week watched A Darker Reality, where people were actually being tortured. But no, I would never do that.
Yeah. I had a pretty cool dream though. It doesn't have to do anything to do with taking pictures of
or chopping
gore,
your head off.
or chopping the head off. Tyler Mane, as you all know, starred as Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween. My dream was it was like it was
just a few days ago.
A few days ago. I thought it was last week, but I got my days.
Well, a few days
up.
ago it was last week.
Yeah. Anyways, it got dead.
Come here, grandma kissing.
Get away from me. Anyways, I was at a convention, a horror convention, and the conventions they have they have indoor swimming pools, and Tyler Mane comes up and says, "Hey man, you want to go take a dip in the pool with me?" So we both got our hats. So he has the exact same hat as I do.
I know, and you have to wear it backwards just for him.
That's right, in honor of.
He never wears his hat correctly anymore because apparently Tyler Mane said this is the only way to wear it.
I should wear it this way. So we're in the swimming pool, swimming around, and and we got beers sitting up on the side of the pool there and shit, and we're swimming around, having a good time and bullshitting. That was a pretty cool dream, man. We were just hanging out and taking a dip in the pool and drinking beer and stuff like that.
Speaking of conventions and hotel swimming pools, hotels really don't like it when gory zombies swim in their pools and make it get closed down the next day for cleanings.
Because
you're not supposed to jump in 6 o'clock in the morning full zombie gear.
No, you're not supposed to jump in with
pieces of flesh running around in the pool.
But yeah, that's what happened.
I did that.
Ew.
Yeah, I did that.
So
Margie got in with me.
We don't let Diva the Dead in swimming pools anywhere because she clogs up the drains.
Diva likes to swim.
No, you can't have it no more. Hey,
and the other news, we forgot one.
I'll get to it, dear. I'm on it. Okay? I'm on it. You don't have to worry about it. See, I'm the host. You're the host.
I gotta keep you in check.
No, that's fine. Product
placement.
Now then, unless Sprite pays me, that's gonna get deleted. I'm not doing free advertisement for Sprite. Do you know what a monolith is?
No.
Like, why am I asking? You don't know what a pencil is, for that matter. But anyway,
I know what a pen is.
Yeah, huh? A monolith was found.
Did you look it up?
Yes, I did. And if you would shut up for a minute, maybe I can talk about it. Okay.
Shutting up.
Okay. Zip it, Sonny. Anyways, a monolith. It is like this. It's a structure. It's a rectangle.
Piece of paper?
It's like being with Edith Bunker. It is. I ain't kidding you.
You said it's like this, and you.
Well, I was getting ready to talk about the dimension, the rectangle.
Oh, okay.
So this is why I told you to shut up.
Okay.
So I can talk about it.
Okay.
Had to pay the piper? Did it got dead? Anyways, for those of you that have seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, you would have realized that on the planet and Mars and everything like that, the aliens dropped off this rectangle type big stone structure that aliens had dropped off there.
I see where you're going with this.
So what happened recently, and look this up on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Yahoo.
Yahoo.
NASA had found something like that on Mars. That's kind of interesting. They found, I can't remember how much the dimensions or how tall it was. You'd have to read it up. But they had found a rectangle.
It was 11 feet tall.
Yeah. A rectangle type stone structure that NASA cameras picked up on Mars. Now, what do you think about that?
Well, it's not so far-fetched that there's creatures living on these other planets.
I believe there's intelligent life on other planets.
They're not there.
Yeah. You know,
but I love you.
You know, when I asked her questions or I asked her stuff, she 9 times out of 10 she goes, "Huh?"
I did not.
I said, "Don't worry, dear. I'm just signaling Mars. Sometimes they answer." So
another piece of news. We have a wedding date.
Yes.
July the 6th, Friday, at approximately 8:30. We don't know the exact time yet.
Let's go with 8-ish. For those of you,
8-ish works for me.
8-ish works. For those of you that would like to have more information, just contact her on Facebook or me on Facebook, and we'll give you all the information that you need to know, and we'll get it set up. But yes, Friday. 8-ish.
Yes, and get this. We're getting married by Kitty Zombie nonetheless.
And of course
we can't understand what he's saying.
No, nobody can understand what Kitty Zombie's saying.
So, Kitty Zombie's going to be interpreted by Billy Zabubba.
Reverend Billy Zabubba, our good friend from Michigan. He's going to interpret the ceremony for him, and it should be a great time.
Yep, and Jesse's walking me down the aisle to give me the Fred.
Mark Patton. So
that's right.
You won't want to miss that. But like I said, all the other information...
I have another surprise that's going to happen, but this one don't know about it, so I can't tell you. Oh, hi.
You will tell me the surprise.
No.
God damn it, it works for those Jedis.
And I'm a Taurus the same as you are, so yeah, you're not going to trick me into telling you.
I can threaten you.
You threaten me every day.
I'll hold up a tiara and say, tell me if the tiara gets it.
Sunday night, you got your dad's knife off the thing, and he was like, I'm going to kill you. And I just stood there like...
No, I wouldn't have killed your dad's knife.
No.
I'd have got the Freddy glove to do it.
Did you? My knee is bothering me today.
Well, get some of that...
Biofreeze
and take off.
My knee doesn't like it. It screams about it.
Ew.
It
doesn't work for my hip because
it worked yesterday when I had a neck crink.
A neck crink?
I had a kink.
Oh,
I said kink, not crink.
You said crink.
Kink.
You said crink.
Well, if I did, then I mistakenly did, and I meant to say kink. K-I-N-K, kink.
It got dead. So, yeah.
I don't know if you're going to make it the next 85 days until you get married.
The psychiatrist is in!
I love that shirt. I found that for you at one of the conventions.
Yeah, you bought it on the conventions. I thought just another Friday the 13th thing.
I like the one that's got Batman on it.
Do you now?
Uh-huh. Why did you say that like you're old?
Why did you say it like he was
simple?
Simple?
You're going to be on the 22nd of this month. Okay. 42.
Thank you very much. And I think this is only fitting that we take a break and stop talking about how old I'm going to be.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about some paranormal activity that's been happening here recently. You won't want to miss that. So, folks, we'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
And now, intermission. Refreshment time.
Welcome back to the second half of the Nightmare Hour. I am your host, the Nightmare Man. Alongside with me is the ghoulish but gorgeous Diva of the Dead. And if you guys happen to have came across our Facebook pages, you would have noticed this week that a small video was taken by Diva of me out at the drive-in. We had said a while back that we was going to the opening season of the drive-in.
Yes.
And usually what she does is she takes what is it? Where is it? It's right here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I usually do just a voice recording.
Yeah, this is a voice recorder. We have used this at times for our show when we did audio, in the event that other equipment didn't work. So that way, at least, when we had the show, at least it's saved. She takes us along, and we just goof around, she this and that, and killing time waiting for the movie
Usually
to start.
I'm just picking on you.
Yes, exactly. You're picking on me.
That's nothing out of the ordinary.
But minutes before the minutes before the movie started, Dee turns her phone on and videotapes and says, "Hey, we're at the opening season of the drive-in," and I'm sitting there munching on chips and salsa.
Yeah, and you're sitting there being goofy and just being you, and I'm like, wait till you see this video, because I can see all kinds of orbs just flying across his face or down across the side.
Once again, if you guys have not seen previous videos,
there were not bugs in the cab. There were not cars driving by. Everybody was already parked and sitting where they needed to sit. There was no light.
When she takes video, and we discovered it for the first time, we did a video for our good friend Margie McMahon.
Yeah.
She was feeling
a ton of orbs in that.
She was feeling down in the dumps, and we decided to make a goofy video for her to cheer her up and everything like that. And when we watched the video back, we had noticed there was a lot of orbs, and a lot of orbs was surrounding me. So when it's surprising that I don't see orbs in our show here.
You can't, because it's too bright. Our show's bright.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, you've got your sunglasses on, for God's sakes.
It doesn't stop me from not seeing anything. I can see things. But the thing about it is, when she takes videos of me, specifically when I'm in it, the orb seed is surround me. Now,
it happens whether we're here or if because we've been out of town all the way down to southern Ohio and got orbs on video.
Yeah, during the filming of Midsummer Nightmares, she was doodly-dadding with the thing, and we were sitting on the couch, and there they were again. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now, folks, and listen up.
Those videos got deleted on accident, though.
That's fine. Listen to me very carefully when I say this. I'm not going to believe that these are just little mistakes in video. I'm not going to believe they're not bugs. It's not dust particles. Folks, I'm going to assure you that night it was chilly outside and there was no bugs to be seen. I'd even mentioned to you that, yeah, we don't know if we wanted to sit outside or going to be no mosquitoes anyways. Watch the video.
Yeah.
Do your interpretation of it. Because I'm going to tell you this much right now. For what's going on with these things floating around me and the other things that's going on in the house that has recently happened.
Right, speaking of recently happened, we have a lamp, and you guys can't see it because it's behind where the camera's at. But
usually
it's
sat right back here, but we moved it over here because I was banging it with my chair.
That didn't sound good. But it was
I was banging it with my chair. Come on, light bulb. Come on, light bulb. I'll shit if that light comes on.
Yes,
because it did the other night by itself. No, but go ahead. Go ahead and
Can I continue now?
Yes, please continue.
You may finish your story. Anyway, the light that stands behind where the desk is, ever since I moved it, I think maybe that's the problem. Well, no, it did it before I moved it, didn't it? A couple of times, but not so much. But it just, for no reason, it just comes on. The other night we were sitting, Sunday night, or was it Monday night? I think it was Monday night. We're sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden the room lights up, and we're like, okay. And I was like, okay, apparently we're supposed to have light on.
And when I think we was getting ready to go somewhere, like a day or two ago. We was going to go somewhere, and we walk out of the room.
Yesterday. We were going to go get some lunch.
We walk out of the kitchen. Everything was off in here. Walk out of the kitchen, and you're by the refrigerator, and I think I'm by the coffee pot, and I just looked around, and it's like it got bright in there all of a sudden, so I go back in, and the light's on.
The sun was coming through the window or something.
And the light's on. Tell them about the light in the bathroom.
Yeah! What was up with that? We have a light that's on the front of the medicine cabinet. I put screws in a thing and hung it there because it's not bright enough in there when you go to put makeup or something on. Anyway.
It's one of these long
it's like just like 2.5 foot long. It's just one of those.
The what do you call
$10 Kmart light.
Yeah, it's long like it's like you would hang in a
utility light.
Yeah, something like that.
Anyway, so I hung this on there, and yesterday, you come in here. I was sitting at the computer. We hadn't been up for very long, and you're like, "Did you take the light off of the medicine cabinet?" I'm like, "No. Why would I do that?" And you're like, "Come here," and I go in there, and the light is sitting on the edge of the sink in front. The sink is very small. Had this light fallen from 3 feet up as where it was at...
Number one, it would have made noise.
Number one, it would have made noise, and there was no noise in here.
Number two, the thing would have... The plastic, the front of the plastic would at least have busted off.
Right, and number three, it would have been on the floor. It wouldn't have been neatly sitting across the edge of the sink. I mean, it was just sitting there.
Folks, if you know us by now, we ain't gonna lie to you. This is not things that are made up.
Several times Sunday night, when you were sad because of your mom's birthday and stuff, and you got all emotional. But anyway, several times Sunday evening, the freezer door was open for no reason whatsoever. Right.
People have said, you said this, and my sister said this, and our people.
I think it's your dad or your mom or both of them.
There are spirits surrounding me for a reason, looking after me, protecting me, stuff like this. Back in the days, like, oh well, you kind of skep, this and that. It's just like if you believe in UFOs or if you believe in Bigfoot, it's like that. But I'm gonna tell you this much right now: I ain't worried about no Bigfoot. I'm not worried about no spaceships. I am 100% convinced that there is paranormal activity in this house, specifically surrounding around me, and I'm not going to have anybody tell me any different. We've did past shows about this, and we've talked about it, like with the computer. There was noises coming out.
You with low light.
Yeah, then there was noises coming out of my computer.
That freaked you out. You were ready to leave that night.
Yeah. Things coming out of the noises
you went
and
in,
things.
You went
weird
in
shit, man.
To go to the bathroom, and you had been using your headset because whatever I was watching on TV, you didn't care to watch. So you was using your headset, and you was doing some YouTube looking or listening to your media player or whatever it was.
I was listening to music.
Media player, yeah. Just listening to music. And you had paused it, and you know how the battery acid goes around when you're playing it and stuff. And when you pause it, it stops, and you can see the play button right there where if you want to push play again.
Yeah, the screen was, know, how you see all the weird decorations and
But as soon as you got into the bathroom, I'm like, I look at your computer, and all of a sudden the battery acid starts moving around again, and there's a sound coming out of your headset that sounds similar to the sounds that you hear out of the baby monitors on Signs. Mm-hmm. And it really did. I'm not making this up. I wish I would have been able to record it or something. But you come out of the bathroom, and I'm like this, and I'm like, shush, and I'm pointing to your computer, and you go over there, and you can hear it because I got the TV paused. And you can hear sounds coming out of it, but the very second that your hand touches the headset, it stops. And the battery acid stops going around.
That is
it was really weird. True story. And that same night, he was sitting there, and he was turned sideways in his desk, and he was sitting there talking to me in his desk, and all of a sudden the headset that he had sitting on top of his computer just jumps off onto his lap. Yeah. For no reason.
Folks, like I said, we're not going to lie to you about this, and we're not trying to lie to and just try to get stuff stirred up or anything like this to pay any attention to us. What we have experienced and what we have heard and what we have seen is 100% true. And I'll tell you this much right now. Right here, you're hearing it right here on my show, or our show. I will take a lie detector test to prove you otherwise. I am not lying.
Don't you have to have a pulse for that? Got one?
I don't have one.
I didn't think so.
Why is that?
No, but Monday morning we wake up and everything in the freezer is thawed and the door's hanging open.
And I'm not going to hear people saying, well, you must have bumped the freezer or anything. Nobody
We weren't in the
nothing.
freezer for nothing.
Nobody bumped nothing. It was open. The
because at 4 o'clock,
and
you don't know this, but at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I had got up to get a drink of water, and our water cooler is right beside of the refrigerator. And if the door had been open, I would have crashed into it because it was the middle of the night and it was dark. I would have bumped into it the way it would have been hanging open. No, it was not open at 4 o'clock in the morning when I got up. And went back to bed.
Going back a few months, it's a video that is on I keep it on my cell phone, and I love showing it to people. Vlad Stabalo is a good friend of ours from Russia, and he has put together, because you probably have seen a lot of videos of us, and he's put together like the opening of the last show that we had.
Yep.
He had.
That's a funny opening.
Yes, he had sent us word that we needed to get in a costume and do a couple video shots. Send it to him, and then he'd put it together and make a video.
I know where you're going.
Well, there were orbs in this video of me too. It was in my new costume, the Nightmare. The second take of the video was.
You were in your Nightmare Man.
Yeah.
Right.
And what it was
you went
is
and took the claw up like this, but there was a huge orb, and it went the opposite way.
I went like this to do something, and the orb followed.
Yeah.
And if you guys would like to see that video, let me know or let her know, and we'll
just go to my video section and look.
Or set it there, yeah. But it was funny how that was the second take. It's like the spirits knew exactly my movements, and so the orb followed it up.
The thing about it is there was no light that could have shined on you because it was bright in there that day, and I didn't have any lights on. For
somebody that would had to have, if we were going to doctor these videos up, somebody would have had to have been right behind you with a flashlight, and the person would have to be this thin. Because you was back against the wall with the video camera. There's nobody behind you.
I was 10 feet away from you.
I'm not going to listen to anybody's stories about how this is that or it could have been done this way. Folks, there is orbs around me, and that's just the way it is.
Several months ago, we were babysitting for your sister's foster kids, and the boy had slammed the bathroom door or whatever he did and made my one angel break, which everybody knows because I was upset about it, and the reason why I was upset because it looks like my youngest daughter. But all those pieces got cleaned up, and the angel actually sits here in the living room over on my stand by my printer. Mm-hmm. And was it yesterday or was it the day before? We're walking through the kitchen and you just reach down and pick up. There was part of an angel wing. It's a huge part.
In there. Wasn't
it was
there before.
Almost the whole angel wing. It was just laying in the middle of the floor, and we swept the kitchen floor since then.
Yeah, nobody has been here except you and I because Scary Mary, is over at her mother's house for spring break. So how did it get there?
I don't know.
How does anything happen around here? The TV comes on by itself. That's an oldie but a goodie right there.
Yeah.
That's like I was just
standing in the middle of the living room.
You was at your desk. I was standing, I would say halfway between the couch.
You were at least 3 feet from the TV.
And I was talking to you about something about your Diva of the Dead character, and all of a sudden the TV comes on.
And what was it playing? A show you used to watch with your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And so we finished watching it. We sat down and finished watching it. You're like, okay, Dad, I'll watch it.
We have stories, many stories.
And it was on a channel that we don't normally watch.
No, we don't ever watch it. But like I said, there is, I believe 100% in my heart there is paranormal activity, and specifically around me. So, there's been a lot of people that wants to come to our house and
let them investigate.
Do a little investigation or something like that.
We have had a quiet time for the past maybe month or so, and then all of a sudden things started stirring up again.
It's been a little low-keyed around here. Nothing really.
Well, remember when Rachel just got her puppy, and she brings her dog over?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and we're all talking, and all of a sudden her dog that's under her chair is anxiously wanting to pull off of its chain and go into the kitchen, and we're like, well, let it go in there, let's see what it does, because it was like making this weird whining sound and stuff, and it goes in there and it goes to this one spot in the kitchen and it's like growling,
Yeah.
And we're like, what is this dog seeing that we're not seeing? And that was when I had bought that little bicycle for Jordan that kept turning on all by itself. All of a sudden, vroom, vroom. Those videos are on there too. I'm sitting there recording the thing, and all of a sudden it just starts up. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Lights is flashing and stuff.
Paranormal activity, folks. That's what's happening here in the old ranch. So, you know, we're gonna go back out to the drive-in, and we'll do more videos out there, and we'll do more videos around here. So you never know what's gonna turn up on them.
The Cabin in the Woods is on this weekend. It's the debut weekend.
Really?
Gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Well, with that in mind, let's do a Diva movie review, shall we?
Ooh. That's not the review.
That's not the review.
That's the Sprite. In light of the earlier conversation about sharks,
yes.
Recently we watched Monster Man on, what is it, AMC?
Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi Channel, that's right. We watched Monster Man, and they made a two-headed shark.
Mm-hmm.
And they did a little clip in there where they showed where these two girls were sitting in the mouth of the shark, and they did this little clip. I was at Family Video, and you were in the car, and I wanted to get a video, and I go in there, and there's only one copy of it in there, and I happen to find the movie.
That's cool.
Attack of the Two-Headed Shark.
That's
I think
cool.
that's the name of it.
Attack of the Two-Headed Shark.
You didn't care for it because you're a Jaws man, and I understand that completely, because I could watch Jaws over and over and over and never, ever, ever get sick of it. The original Jaws, just the first one. I can watch it and watch it and watch it and never get tired of it. This is a two-headed shark, and this bitch is vicious.
Well, some of the shark is done by computer
generation,
but
right?
the close-ups and stuff, you know, I guess the director, the producers of the movie, whoever it was, they wanted actual.
Yeah, they only got him to about shoulder length.
Special effects.
And the rest of it's just computer generated.
And this is Cleve Hall. This is where he came into play at,
right.
and made a two-headed giant monstrosity. Brooke Hogan, Hulk Hogan's daughter's in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
of
yeah,
course she
two-headed shark, yeah. Be on a desert island with her.
Take a good shower. We'll be right back.
Okay.
No, actually, it was a good movie. I liked it.
It's all right. It's okay. I mean,
some of the parts were pretty gruesome, where they had this guy, and one mouth had him over here, and the other mouth had him over here, and it just ripped him to shreds. It was awesome.
The thing about it is, I think I would have liked it much better if they would have gave a history of how this monstrosity came about. I mean,
you see two-headed snakes.
Yeah, you don't normally see two-headed sharks.
It's a freak of nature. It happens.
I understand that, but I would like to have known, had a history of it. I mean, you got this teacher going out, taking these kids out on a learning expedition on the water, and they run into this two-headed giant shark. Now, where the hell did he come from? Aliens drop him off or something? It's me. I like to have the history of things,
If you walk out into your backyard and you find a two-headed snake, are you going to dismiss it just because you don't know its history and how it became? No.
I can just imagine if there had been a two-headed version of you. One head is enough.
You already got 3 versions of me. How many more? You got this one, and you got Psycho Diva, and you got, Gore Diva. You need more of me?
Where's that guillotine?
Okay, we can handle that.
Frankenstein.
Hey, just remember, in my dream, I chopped your damn head off.
Yeah,
we'll just keep that in mind. Keep that up there in the storage spot.
Frankenstein Unbound.
Yes, I love Frankenstein Unbound. Frankenstein is my favorite monster. And for those of you who this past week I had a "How well do you know Diva?" question on my Facebook wall. One person got the Frankenstein part right as my favorite monster, and another person got, what else did I put on? My favorite cartoon when I was growing up, which is Tweety Bird. I just loved it. I don't know why.
What's this got to do with Frankenstein?
Because it does. And because it was part of my favorite monster, and I'm giving the answer out. Nick, you gave up. Too soon. The favorite candy bar is Snickers. I love Snickers. Sheesh. Nobody won this week's question. So it's going to have to be another one.
Unbound.
Yes, Frankenstein is my favorite monster. So the other day I'm looking through to find a movie and I find Frankenstein Unbound. I thought we had the original Frankenstein, but we don't.
Do you remember what the movie was about?
Yes, I remember what it's about.
Enlighten us.
Well, he makes a this Dr. Frankenstein makes this monster, and the monster's pissed off because he wants him to make him a mate.
You're way off balance.
No, I'm
way
not.
Off. Here.
He's mad. He wants the guy that made him, that created him, to make him a mate.
You're not telling the full story of the movie. It started out in the future where the scientist is creating a weapon for the government. It ends up being a weapon that slips things through time.
Yes,
and the scientist gets traveled back into time, which he ends up meeting Dr. Frankenstein.
I didn't think that was a pertinent information.
It's all has to do with the movie, ding-a-ling.
I'm not a ding-a-ling.
You're telling about the story of Frankenstein.
Right.
But you're not telling about the movie itself that has to do with the scientist and time traveling with it. These people don't even know. Everybody knows the story about Frankenstein, but this hasn't necessarily.
You will never be rid of me because I am unbound.
This does not have anything just related to do with Frankenstein. It also has to do with the future.
Yeah, I know, time travel and all that. That's one of your favorites.
That's what I like. That's two things.
Yes, he loves time travel.
Time travel.
Marty! It's my time continuum with a jiggling at 88 miles an hour. I gotta say some serious shit.
Now I got that out of my system, and finally,
never out of his system.
Finally, and once again, thank you so much for these, Nick. So I don't have to watch Rain Man anymore.
But Rain Man is good.
We also watched Rain Man. We watched that like yesterday.
And what is it? He loves pancakes.
Yeah.
And Sam loves pancakes.
Yeah. I Am Sam. Yeah. What is with these people and pancakes?
I don't know.
But
Rain Man's a great movie. I love Rain Man.
Yeah, that's a 1980s movie, I believe. Is that right?
It's either late 80s or early 90s. But yeah, it's a great movie. I love that movie. He finds out he has a brother and he goes to this institution.
Who finds out they have a brother?
Rain Man does.
Tom Cruise.
His name is Raymond.
Yeah, Rain Man is based on Charlie Babbitt. Yeah, Charlie Babbitt. Charlie Babbitt's father dies, and he realizes that a $3 million fortune is left to his autism brother, which is portrayed by Dustin Hoffman, and he wants the
246.
Yeah, and he wants his half, or he wants his share of the money. So he takes.
But he ends up making a connection with his brother, and he don't care about the money anymore.
Yeah, his ideas and everything changes.
Right.
It's not all about money; it's about family. So that's one of the movies we have watched this past week. Thank you for the movie reviews.
We watched Forrest Gump last week.
We did not watch Forrest Gump last week.
Recently, yes, we did.
Castaway.
We watched Castaway like 2 nights ago.
But it wasn't Forrest
Gump.
Wilson! I'm sorry! I know you.
Yeah, he's stranded on this island for several years, like 4 years, and all he can eat is coconuts and freaking fish and crab meat and stuff. And he gets back, and they have this big old dinner spread out for him, and there's shrimp, and there's king crab legs, and it's like... I like his other movie, The Terminal.
Unacceptable.
America closed.
Closed.
I wait.
For what?
For you to get a brain.
For the bolts tightening your neck, Frankenstein?
I don't need no bolts.
I think you do.
No.
And with that in mind, it's time now for the Howdy!
Howdy!
A big howdy going out once again to Nick Tyson for the
right.
wonderful gifts that you have bestowed upon us. thank you ever so much. And as soon as the show is being in process of uploading, I definitely go pop in the Super Friend one, just because Super Friends that's class. I grew up back.
Superman is in there.
Be a big howdy going out to my nephew Randy Storr. My nephew has just recently been done with the Navy. He's done and over with. He has moved back to St. Mary's, Ohio. He hit me up on Facebook the other night.
Right.
We'll be seeing him really soon, him and his wonderful family. Big howdy going out to him. I'll have to tag him in the show too, so you'll know. I don't think he's ever watched the show yet. He's been to one time. He was over in Japan, cliff diving and shit like that. So
no thanks.
I say you got to cliff dive and do all this stuff, but you ain't got time to go in touch with your uncle. Hey, what's the matter with you? Hey, quit cliff diving. Come on, see your uncle. So I can borrow some money.
Yeah.
Janice Shoemaker.
Janice Shoemaker. I
Jane
like Janice
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Last year for Days of the Dead, we had a little birthday party in our room for little Maya because her birthday is the same time as Days of the Dead.
That is true. That is true.
Her birthday is, I believe, the 7th. I could be wrong on that. It's either like the 6th or the 7th or something like that. It's 7th, I believe. But yeah.
Understandable. And last but not least, a big howdy going out to my other nephew, Jimmy Adams, which I just recently found on Facebook.
He found you.
Or yeah, that's right, he found me. I haven't seen Jim since he was like
He hiked to a
12.
grasshopper?
It was like he's 11, 12, something like that.
Aha.
It's great to find all these family members that's been hiding from me all this time.
They're coming out of the woodwork.
They're coming out. I sent word to Jim about the wedding, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see him. Jimmy is a big, and still is, Halloween fan, as in Michael Myers. He loves Michael Myers, and when I laid that picture on him of me and Tyler Mane, he bought shit of pants. So he will want to go to Days of the Dead because there will be Danny Trejo. He will be there. He was in Halloween too.
And I want to say howdy to my sister.
Okay.
My real sister, not Carmi. Which hi Carmi anyway. But to my real sister, her name is Kendra Connolly.
Big howdy.
She lives in Mustang, Oklahoma, and with my mom. And I just want to say hi to my sissy. I love you. Mwah.
And howdy to everybody else that we've missed. And we hope to see everybody real soon in Indianapolis.
Right.
The big showdown, the big Dukeroo. So there you go. But I think that just about wraps it up for this session. This session of the People's Court. Yeah. Jed Whopper on 5 minutes. See what happens when she digs these videos out. They get stuck in my head, and I go off.
It's 9 minutes till People's Court. 9 minutes to Wapner.
Yeah, 9 minutes to Wapner. And underwear on a highway. Oh,
how do you get your underpants at Kmart?
Go get my fix, Nick. We'll get my fix. No, but I think that does wrap it up for this session of the Nightmare Hour. I have been your host, the Nightmare Man, alongside me with this thing over here.
Princess Diva of the Dead.
That doesn't have her dentures in. And we'll see you again real soon. And remember always, kiddies, keep on slashing.